Hi guys, how are you doing today? Welcome to today's episode of Daily Capsule, and today we're going to be talking about ego. Your ego is your conscious mind, that part of your identity that you consider self. It is the consciousness of your own identity. When you say someone has a big ego, then you are saying someone is so full of himself. But I'll let you know that ego isn't necessarily a bad thing. There is nothing wrong with having an ego. There is nothing wrong with feeling important, but ego needs to be regulated. The problem with ego arises when it affects your decision making, your mood, or it makes you feel superior to others in order to justify your behavior. This stops you from enjoying your life and accepting things as they are. You can, however, learn to accept how things are by simply noticing when your ego is interfering and gently bring it back in line. As much as ego is seen as something negative, that is, if not controlled, ego is also necessary and important because it does the work of assembling your personality. It manages your fragile identity while you figure out who you are. It does the work of protecting you from societal expectations and motivates you to work really hard and achieve big things. Being an egoist is certainly not a recommendation, but boosting your ego to some certain level can help you become successful and happy. Your self-esteem is really tricky, and if you do not learn how to keep it under control, you are going to get hurt. What you need to do is to boost your ego, but only in healthy ways. Here are some healthy ways you could boost your ego for success and happiness. Number 1, never compare yourself to anyone. The simplest way to boost your ego is not let it get ruined by the perception of others. We all have someone in our lives that make us feel inferior, but they are not necessarily perfect people, so why do we bother ourselves and feel like that? We compare ourselves to them. We put ourselves against them in a competition that doesn't exist. You wouldn't know how harmful and damaging comparison is until you stop doing it. Once you realize that everyone has their flaws and weaknesses, you feel that freedom that lets you be yourself without bringing yourself down in front of others. Number 2, surround yourself with positive people. Imagine having friends who like to constantly point out your mistakes, flaws, and weaknesses. No one can put up with that for so long without getting crazy. It is true that friends are supposed to be the mirrors that reflect the real you without hiding your faults, but this has some limits too. What real friends should do is tell you when you are at your fault and stop you from making obvious mistakes. But deliberately bringing you down and aiming for your self-esteem is not acceptable. So many people have this problem with their friends, complaining that they are always commenting on how they dress, how they do their hair, how they walk, or anything else they do. It's not good for your ego to surround yourself with people like this. You need people who will admire you for who you are with zero intent of sabotaging your confidence. The third thing you should do to boost your ego is give up your bad habits. We know that there are some things that we do that do not necessarily make our lives easier, but we do them anyway. Force of habits can be a very dangerous thing for people who want to make it big because it limits them. A bad habit is like a cage you have voluntarily made to imprison yourself in, and unless you are able to break out from them, you will not be able to fly as high as you intend to. Now, letting go of a bad habit is not an easy thing to do, or else people would just be able to do it with a snap of their fingers. But there is a reason why some people make it big in life and others do not. Having strength to throw away bad habits and replace them with new ones is that reason. You need good habits to become successful, and to develop good habits, you must get rid of the bad ones. Number 4, conquer your fears. Every one of us has something we fear doing, and this is so natural. What is not natural is running away from the opportunities to grow because they somehow involve what we are uncomfortable with or what we fear. If we run from something that is unfamiliar and arouses fear in us, how can we experience new things? And if we deliberately keep ourselves from experiencing new things, how can we grow and change for the better? Fear is powerful, but normally we are more powerful than it. Developing a healthy ego may seem like a simple concept, but many people struggle with insecurities and self-doubt. I hope you let today's meditation capsule equip you to boost your ego. And always remember that you are worth the effort and your contribution is important to the world. Stay safe and bye for now.